So, Abdul, would you like to answer him?
Yes, yes. Actually, whether you are applying through embassy or through the university track, that is basic requirement for you to go to Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then the Korean embassy for your credentials attestations. So this is one of the essential requirements for your application, irrespective of the track you are applying. So the answer is yes, you need to go and attest to your documents.
So that's it. Then I will start with Hafiz Muhammad. Hafiz Muhammad, you can unmute your mic and then answer your question.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Hafiz Muhammad. Go ahead.
We can hear.
Thank you so much for organizing this important session. I have a statement of result in my master's. I don't have the original certificate. Is it okay for the attestation?
Okay, you mean you don't have your original certificate? Hello?
Yeah, it's a statement of result, not an original.
Okay, I understand your question. Well, for the start, actually, previously the GKS they used to accept statement of result for the application, but I think since last year, now they are not going to accept your statement of result, but they somehow ease this process this year, but you have to submit your original certificate by July 31st, 2024. So if you know that you are not going to get your original certificate by July 31st this year, then your application will be disqualified even if you have been accepted from the university or from the. So you have that, and again, I think the Ministry of Education or Foreign Affairs, they could not maybe even the Korean embassy, they will not certify you or authorize your document if it's not original. So I think this is the information that you need to know. So if you have if you are sure that you will get your original certificate before July 31st, then you can go ahead and try to maybe start the application process. But if not, I think you may waste your time trying to apply. They will not consider you if you don't have the original certificate. So sorry, we have to call you. Sani Musa, I will come to you. Please, can you mute your mic? I will be taking
for you to be allowed, you have to raise up your hand, then you will follow.
Okay.
Yes, for now I will entertaining the people who raise their hand. Sani Adam, please go ahead and ask your question.
Buhari, can you permit Ali Jao, Dr. Ali Jao?
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Yes,
I
we
have
can
two
hear
questions to number one question I want to ask is, does it involve application fee, the GSA scholarship? And the second question is that you might mention that someone has to go to Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs to attest his document. So when are we supposed to attest our document? Is it before submission of the application or after someone has secured the scholarship? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sana Adam, for your question. Abdul Kader, can you answer the question?
First of all, there is no application fee for the GKS scholarship. All you need to do is prepare your documents and then send through DHL or any courier service to your university of choice. If you are applying through university track, or you submit directly to the Korean embassy in Abuja, uh, but you don't need any application fee because the application is not online. And going back to your second questions, as I answered the previous question, these are requirements for application. The document attestations are requirements for your application, meaning you need to attest all your documents before you apply. Before you apply. Some universities will not even accept your application, even if you send, if you don't have this requirement. So they will just reject your documents, as well as the embassy. If you don't have this requirement, they will not entertain your application. Thank you.
Yes, that's that. And the next person, Najib Awal Usman.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Thank you
Salam.
very much for this great opportunity. Before I ask my questions, I would like to commend you guys for setting up this kind of awareness. A lot of our people, especially in the north, there are a lot of people who are highly potential, but they don't know how to approach all this kind of scholarships and opportunities, especially abroad. So this is a very welcoming development, and I commend you guys for putting it through. May God
Thank you.
Almighty Allah continue to bless you for your efforts and reward you in abundance.
I
So
mean,
I have the following questions. Number one is that as an MSc graduate, first of all, I need advice on the right school. A science-based student, I did my MSc in microbiology, so I have interest in molecular biology aspect, like probably industrial microbiology or biotechnology. So, with your experience and know-how, please, is there any specific university for me to apply so that I will have easy access and the opportunities that is there? Probably a lot of people center their attention on one particular institution, making it to be crowded and making the chances very minimal. So if there is, please, for people like us, please, I would like you to recommend a university for application. And this is one. And then secondly, as part of the attestation that you said, the documents, are they going to sign and stamp all the original documents? Are we submitting it to the embassy for them, or are they writing it in a form of letter to us? Please, I need more clarification on this attestation process. And then which embassy, which of the ministries are we to approach first? Is this the education ministry, the foreign affairs, or the Korean embassy? Which one are we to approach first? And then thirdly is the scholarship, does it cover regarding, English requirement? Majority of some scholarship you learn that you either have to have ITLS or test of English certifications. And then the issue of recommendation letter, how are we to submit the recommendation letters? Is there a need for recommendation letter or not? And then fourthly, for PhD opportunities, the research proposals, is it necessary? And then supervisorships, are we to first of all make contact with our supervisors, or the institution will allocate supervisors for us? I think these are the areas that I need more clarification. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Najib Awal. These are very important questions, and I think maybe a lot of people have similar questions, so I would like to address them. Your first question is you are a student, a MSc student of microbiology, and you want to study molecular biology, and if there is any prepared university that it would recommend to you. Well, first of all, yeah, if you go through the application material, you see they categorize the universities into two. There are type A university and there are type B universities. So mostly type A university, they are university around the capital, which is Seoul, and type B university, they are somehow regional university, which are outside the capital. So even in the selection preparers, they prepare student who apply to type B university. They give a special, how can I say, this they give special consideration to the student who apply to type B. So in your case, I think you should check the application material, check the universities which are in type B. So mostly they have less competition. And then I think almost all the university, the upper life sciences or biological science, especially molecular biology. So you will not have a problem with your subject that you want to study. But if I may advise you, you should consider looking for type B if you are looking for university that potentially have a less competition. That's that. And your second question is about document authentication, which where to start and where to begin with. Well, first of all, you have to authorize your document with the Ministry of Education first. And then after you've done with Ministry of Education, you have to go to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then authenticate your document from Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then after that, then you approach Korean embassy. But before you approach Korean embassy, there are additional documents that you need to go along. First of all, the authentication that you did for your academic certificate and then transcript, you have to photocopy them because the foreign affairs how can I say, they authorize your document on the original copy, and you are not going to submit the original copy to either embassy or Korean university. So first of photocopy them, go to a federal high court, do a certified true copy on them, and then take them to Korean embassy with that certified true copy. Go along with the photocopy and the original from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then you have to also get an affidavit from High Court citing that all this document, which is your academic certificate and transcript, they are US and they need to be mentioned in the affidavit. Then you have to go along with the recommendation letter or reference letter from a from your dean or from registrar of your previous university. So all together with the document, you have to go to Korean embassy, applied, make an appointment, then you submit them. If everything is fine, then they will authenticate your document within 10 days. Then you come and collect your document. It's a very complex and tiring procedure, but if you put your mind in it, maybe within 10 days or within 2 weeks, you can finish with it. And your next question about the English test. Well, English test is not mandatory. It's not a requirement, but it's an optional, and also it gives you a more point. They mentioned that if you have an English test, you have, I think, 10% point in your total point. So it's a very additional advantage. And they mentioned that if you have English test, then they will not even consider your like personal statement and study plan. That your English test cover that. But if you don't have English test, then the way they will rank you, and then they have to go through your personal statement, how well you write it, and your study plan. Then they will give you point from that. So it's really good if you have English test to I highly recommend you should apply with it. The recommendation letter, they need only one recommendation letter, and you just get it from your referee, and then seal it, or your referee has to seal it confidentially, and then he has to give it to you. After you prepare all your document, then you put it together with your document and submit to the Korean embassy or submit it to Korean university. Research proposal, you don't need a research proposal for masters or for PhD. Research proposal is for postdoctoral researchers, and supervisor also is not necessary. You don't need a supervisor before you apply. But prior to the application, if you wish, you can maybe search a university, search your department, maybe try to look up professor who you are interested in working with. You can contact him prior to application, so that when you apply to university, it can ease your selection, so that he can automatically select you, and then the university can recommend you if your credentials are fine. So I think these are your question, and I hope I answer your question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Uh,
In addition to the issue of supervisor, usually some people, if they want to get double opportunity, for example, you are not sure if you will really get the GKS scholarship because of the competition and all that. So talking to supervisor prior to the application could help. In case you miss the GKS, so the supervisor can find other alternative for you. For example, there are other non-GKS scholarships like professor grant and various other grants. So if you have enough time to consult some supervisors, it will give you an added advantage in case if you miss the GKS, and if you are lucky, the supervisor has a grant, so he can still take you as his student.
yes, thank you, Doctor. Then the next, Ross say, you can ask your question. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. Ross, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning to you all. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Rosie Asai, and I want to thank you guys for organizing this wonderful meeting. Well, I have questions like my own. I'm applying for undergraduate degree.
Okay.
So my question is concerning the registration date, the date for the registration and the deadline of the registration, and concerning the CGP aspect, because we here in Nigeria we don't use CGP and CGPA for our scores. So I don't know how to put it in the form areas. I don't know how to arrange it. And again, concerning the university and embassy track we talked about, which one is the more easiest way and fast to get to the university or the school you intend to apply for the program? So that's my question. And concerning the recommendation letter, which you have answered, so I've get a well explanation on it.
Okay.
So that's my question.
Okay. Thank you very much for your question, Ross. But unfortunately, this time is for graduate studies, not for undergraduate. If I hear you correctly, you said you are applying for undergraduate, right?
Yes.
But unfortunately, this time is for graduate studies. Normally, for the undergraduate, they announce the scholarship around September, October.
Okay.
So they do it like 2 times in a year. In February, they will announce for the graduate studies, but in September, October, they will announce for undergraduate studies. And the application process and the requirement are quite different. So I recommend you should go through their website and download the previous or the last year application, read through them, see the guidelines, and then you will prepare your document before they announce for the undergraduate. And,
Okay.
and
So
usually,
uh,
okay, go ahead.
um I heard you guys talking concerning the going to Ministry of Education. Am I still going to go through the same process if I'm going to apply for the undergraduate degree program?
Yes, but as you see, since you have is undergraduate, you only have your secondary school certificate, right? Which
Yes.
yes, and if I can remember, they require your transcript from your studies, and then your your secondary school result, which may be WAEC or NECO, and you must have a very good uh, credit in all your subjects. Normally, during that time, also we used to hold a webinar to guide students how to apply for the undergraduate. Like I
Okay.
told you, the requirement are somehow quite different with the graduate studies. So I recommend you should really go to their website, get yourself familiar with the guidelines for undergraduate studies, prepare a document beforehand, and then during that time, we are going to hold a similar webinar for the undergraduate studies also.
Okay.
Mm. Thank
All
you very
right.
much.
Thank
And
you.
mm.
Hmm.
All right,
So
sir.
the next person is Sylvester Padian.
Um,
Sorry.
just a minute, please, Barry.
Okay.
Sanusi Bello, I can see you struggling to raise your hand, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, there is a way you can raise your hand so that we can have it in the messages. If
Okay.
yeah, if you don't know how to do it, please let us know.
Hello,
Sylvester.
doctor.
Yes.
All right. Good morning to you all.
Yeah. Good morning to you, but good
All
day to us because we are at night now.
Yes.
right. Actually night. Okay, it's night over there.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Kadri and Buhari, for this wonderful webinar. We really appreciate your effort. It shows how you really love us here at home. Even if you are excelling at the international scene, you decide to say, okay, let us have our brother and sister to benefit from this initiative. This is a welcome development, and I really appreciate this. Um, Before going further, I would like this seminar to be sustainable in such a way that maybe since we are having this, I don't know whether this is the first one or the second one, but for me, this is going to be this like the first one. I want to just like suggest that after this webinar, we should have a WhatsApp platform where we can be having a weekly or monthly uh, trainings from you guys, because from all I understand, you just brought this in together so that we can have answers to some pending questions that we have in our minds and concerning the Global Korea Scholarship. And then this is just my own. I just feel like okay, there are so many people, especially someone actually said the people from the northern area, they're actually deprived from this kind of opportunity due to issue of internet and being conversant with the social media issue. So I would suggest that maybe after the meeting today, we should have contacts of our participants today, and I can actually volunteer to like even be writing it if it's going to be very difficult for you guys, so that we can just have a channel where we can be reaching out to you, maybe on weekly, monthly, or anyhow you want to do it. Then back to my question now. Like now, let's just say like uh like, let me use myself for example now. I'm a 400 level student of political science and public administration based university, and then I'm looking forward to like actually do my masters over there using the GKS scholarship platform. So if I I may ask, please, you can help us like outline some of the documents that need to be put in place in preparation to that before anyone to actually even thinking of venturing into applying for scholarship of such. Let's just have like a list, for example, X, Y, Z. I just want to jot it down in preparation to, let me just say, August and September. That's just what I want to appeal to you guys. Every other part of the authorization we are talking about from the Ministry of Education, we proceed to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Just these are just some of the things that if we can put it in a single channel, it will actually be in a very good memory in our mind. So we don't forget it. So that before we graduate, we should be able to have a tip of what we should put in place before applying. That is just my question. And once again, thank you for this great opportunity. And please keep it up for the benefit of our people here in Nigeria. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Sylvester. Abdul Qadir, do you want to say something? I have something to say, but say address it first.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sylvester, the political guru, if I can put it this way. And I wish you all the best for your studies.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, on behalf of the Gamji mentors, we appreciate your appraisal, especially regarding the group and getting frequent information from us. So maybe this is the first time you follow us, but we have been doing this for quite a long time. And we have our channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also we have an official email address where each and every mentee can contact us not only for scholarships, but also for other assistance like how to write research proposal, how to make a statement of purpose, and all these kind of things. So just tap to our pages and subscribe or follow. Also, we have a channel on YouTube. You will see our past webinars where we explain all these kind of things in details. Having said that, regarding your preparation, we already have all the informations from the pages. So in order to save more time, you can please try and check our page and read all the informations regarding that. And you made mention of how can I put it? You made mention of it escaped my mind. Maybe Buhari, if you remember, you can capture it.
Okay, I think maybe you address almost all the question that first we should organize and get a group, I think he said, so that we can share information quickly, but you already address it. It's just an addition. We also have a Telegram and we have a WhatsApp group also. So if you want to join actually the WhatsApp group, I will write our email address down, so you can just send us an email so that we can add you to the group. We share various information, not only on GKS, but in all scholarship that we come across. And if you need any assistance in how to apply through them, or someone to guide you, or if you even have a country that you want to apply for a scholarship, among our members, we have various scholars who are residing in various parts of the world, so we can look for someone who is residing in your country of interest. Then we can link you up with him so that you can it can smooth your application. So if you have this kind of interest or request, you can send it to gamjiedu@gmail.com. Then we going to entertain you, inshallah.
I
Hello, sir.
remember he
Hello?
made mention of like a chat or something like that. So from the things I can see, people are getting a little bit confused about these stages of attestation and all that. So we'll discuss in our group of mentors. Probably we are going to make a graphical presentation or a chart that can simplify all the stages of attestation up to the last stage of application, so that people will easily see and remember.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
That's with that. So I think with that, I will invite Abubakar Isa to quickly like just talk to us about this authentication process. Is someone who has already like go through all the process, and he knows the process well, so that he can just uh, take us how the process is done, so that I think it will address all the following question regarding the authentication, so that we don't need to be going back and forth on the authentication process. Abubakar Isa.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for this
Yeah,
opportunity.
thank you, Doctor.
My name is Abubakar
Please,
Isa.
Hamdia, can you mute your mic?
Okay,
When
okay.
time come, we will allow you to ask your question, but now we want to talk about authentication, please.
Okay, regarding authentication processes for the scholarship, first you need to get all your documents, original documents. So by going to the Ministry of Education first, then to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So in the Ministry of Education, you are going to authenticate all your original documents, including your WAEC or SSC certificate. So without also SSC certificate, if you are applying for MSc or PhD, they cannot authenticate your document until you have the SSCE certificate. And the SSC, they don't check for like you have all the credit. No, it's just for you to authenticate your document to see that you have done uh your secondary school somewhere in Nigeria. So in the Ministry of Education, also they will you are going to photocopy all your documents. So in the authentication process, they are going to authenticate the original and the photocopy. Also, you take all those documents, both the original and the photocopy, to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then you authenticate your document. So after authentication, then the next is legalization. The legalization process is done in the embassy of Korea. So by before going to the embassy, you need to check the embassy portal to see what are the documents you need to prepare before going for the legalization. So it's very important. They used to change the processes, but there are some certain document you need to prepare before you go to for legalization. So for going to the legalization, you need additional 2 documents apart from the one you authenticate from the Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Education. There is one you need reference letter, as Dr. Buhari mentioned. You need a reference letter from your dean or registrar from the school you graduate. And also you need a certificate of ownership. That certificate of ownership, you can only get it from any federal high court. So the certificate of ownership is just stating that your document, if you have BSc, that your degree, your bachelor, this document just stating like you graduated from this university and you are the person that possess this document. So that's the only thing, stating that this is your document and you are the person that is holding this document. So you can only get that from any federal high court. And there is also certificate. Yeah, I think that's all you can need from the embassy, from the Korean embassy. So I think, yeah, there is another document, but I told you before going there, you need to check their portal and see what document they require before going to the embassy. So there is one document, usually it requires you to, before sending document to Korea, there is what they call family relationship certificate. So why I'm saying this document is because you are not going to like prepare your document, then later you realize you need the family relationship certificate. So this family relationship certificate is also important. Like you need to state your father, your parent, where they are living, and you are the son of your parent. Like if your name is Musa, so you stated that you are the biological, your parent are the you are the biological son of your parent. You need to state it in the document. So that is the family relationship certificate. So when you go to any federal high court, you explain these two documents, the certificate of ownership and the certificate of family relationship. So before going to for legalization, so you need to get three documents: reference letter, certificate of ownership, and family relationship certificate. So, but before going, I told you you need to check the embassy website. They used to change this document. So after taking there, already you have your original and the photocopy. So you can just submit it to the embassy. And I think that's the all document you need. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abakar. I think this process is clear now. So yeah, I hope you guys have understand the process. So we'll continue taking the questions, and I will go to Muhammad Adamu. Muhammad Adamu.
Hello?
I'm Miss Sonich Ibrahim. Bashir Wada.
Yeah, I'm coming. Sorry. Hello?
Yes, we go ahead, Muhammad Adamu.
Okay, thank you. Well, like the rest of the participants, I would like to appreciate you guys for organizing such kind of session. Mine is not a question, but rather an observation. Actually, my name is Muhammad Adamu, and I'm a master's student here in the University of Malaysia. So, like I said, it's not a question, rather, but is an observation. I could remember when I got my scholarship to come to Malaysia, this master scholarship, I mean, I spent a lot of money. So this is why from this little experience I have, whenever I see this kind of posting or advert on scholarship, I think I ask myself how much it costs for a guy to apply and go to wherever it's going. So this is why I would like organizations or initiatives like Gamji, whenever you guys post a scholarship, you need to indicate possible costs involved in the scholarship process, because I could remember the huge amount of money I spent, personal money, before I arrived into Malaysia and start enjoying the scholarship. So people or applicants need to understand that they need money. They have to save or know where to get money in order to. Thank God the last speaker talk about authentication, authorization, and the rest. Of course, money involved there. So people should know that there's some money involved in this process. In the in the from the starting point up to the point of your arrival to wherever you're going. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Muhammad Adam. This is a very important point. Since, of course, it has to be involved with money, and unfortunately, that's mostly discourage the student, especially considering the financial hardship that people are going through. Uh, People, the finance used to discourage a lot of people, but I always used to tell mentees that, well, that's how we all survive, and that's how we all got it here. As long as you determine to do it, you put your mind on it. I think you should really utilize all the means necessary to to see that you go through it. If you get it, I'm telling you, the opportunity and the benefit is priceless. So even if it has to contact some organizations or contact family and friends to borrow you money or something like that, I highly recommend you should don't let the financial aspect discourage you. But thank you very much, Muhammad Adam and Abdul Qadir. Do you have something to add to what Muhammad has said?
Yeah, I think your explanation is sufficient. Thank
Mm.
you so much, Muhammad Adam. And we would like to invite you to please follow our page also, so that we can have more.
I'm following the Facebook page. I don't know if there are other pages.
Yeah, you can send us
I-
personal message.
Okay, okay. I will write my email in the chat.
Okay, so that
No,
we
no, no.
get some
We write our email also. Muhammad, please send us email at the message to our email address. Inshallah, we'll
Okay,
see
thank you.
how you will be integrated into Gamji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm. So let's continue with the questions. I don't know who is, I'll just be taking them randomly
No,
since
no, they are in series, buddy. They are in series.
no,
The,
it
the
used to
one
be
on the top.
alphabetically actually. Even if someone with A raise his hand, he will come first. So I don't know which one is.
I am next to I am next to that one next.
Okay, go ahead then. Hello, Ahmad Abbas.
Barba alphabetically yake ba. So after Ahmad Abbas, you can consider the series.
Well, actually, from my end, it's alphabetical.
Okay, I will be telling you.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Good morning. I mean, good evening to you, the anchors. I would like to first of all appreciate you guys for organizing this session. I previously have had an experience in 2019 when I applied for this same scholarship, but unfortunately I was not lucky because I believe with this session that we are on now, I have seen and previously the discussion I had with Oga Buhari have revealed so many lapses in the process I took. Although I passed through the Korean embassy, the Ministry of Education and Foreign Affairs, everything I have it on the ground. But fortunately, that of the true certification and court affidavit with this family relation were the issue, I think, which I hope this time around I will get it right. One major thing that I just want to recap is, which I forgot in the process, the application form is a Microsoft Word document. So what I forgot is, are we filling it handy with a handwritten, or we are typing it. We are using, like, from the system. We just type the.
Hello, Ahmed.
One basic thing that I just want to get clear the more.
Okay. Other.
Uh, can you respond, please? I was a
Okay.
bit cut.
So regarding the application form, you can type them, you can fill them through computer, but you have to print them and then do your signature. It has to be handwritten signature and the date also. So you can type all the information, print it out, and then uh, sign and then write the date. And advisably, you should type it actually, because for the handwritten, uh, you may get some mistake, or it depends on you how good your handwriting is. So someone may not be able to understand your handwriting. So it's better to fill it inside your computer and then print it out, do your signature, and then write the date and submit. I hope the question is clear. So I think the next on my
Yes,
end is
thank you very much. Really
Ibrahim
appreciate
Jalo.
it.
I'm Sonji Ibrahim Jalea.
Yes,
So,
Sonji Ibrahim. Are you here?
Salam.
thank you for this wonderful session, and may God bless you all. My questions are, though first, I also applied for a graduate scholarship that was, and I couldn't be part of the successful candidates. And right now, I'm willing to go for the MFC, inshallah. The first question I want to ask is, must I complete NYSC before applying for the, or maybe like 2 months or 3 months my POP, then it is time for the duration for the application. Can I apply for the Global Korean Scholarship, or I must wait and complete everything? One. Second is, I have gone through the form and I saw one by one like world schools. One is that there are some courses in Nigeria that are in science faculty, but there they are not in they are under faculties. Like when I want to apply to further my career, will I permit to go through the same course, but the major falls on another faculty, or only if I'm in natural science, I will only apply to natural science courses? And last question is about the issue of recommendation. There is form for recommendation. Must I submit that for my school, that is the dean of school, to recommend on that paper, or I can have his recommendation separately in another sheet, probably? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonji. Even though I think it's breaking, but Abdulkader, have you got his questions?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead and address them.
Yeah, first question was about NYSC. Actually, that totally depend on you if you want to finish or not. But as far as the Korean government scholarship is concerned, they do not need your NYSC, and they don't ask if you finish NYSC or something like that. It's totally up to you. And for the faculty, actually, schooling abroad is quite different from schooling in Nigeria to some extent. For example, as you mentioned, some courses are in Faculty of Science, while maybe in some other places are in Faculty of art or something like that. That's not important. What is most important is what you studied in undergraduate should be in line with what you want to apply for masters, as well as what you study for masters should be in line with what you are going to apply for PhD. For example, let's say you studied microbiology in undergraduate, you cannot go and apply for civil engineering in masters. So that's not applicable anywhere. It's as if you did not apply. I hope I understand your question very well and responded as well. Regarding recommendation, as you mentioned, thank God you already see the format. So since you are sending to the university or to the embassy, it's almost mandatory to use their own format because they design it the way they want, and they want to capture certain informations. That's why they design it like that. And added to your question, you should be very careful on how they set their conditions, because I gave some people recommendations, and I know they need stamp and seal. So you should follow that rule strictly. Sign, stamp, and seal. Then you send the seal recommendation letter to them. You should follow this rule very carefully. Don't use your own type of recommendation. They may not consider it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor. I think I'll quickly go to the chat. I think there are some few questions before I go back to the. There is Wow Umar who said, Assalamu alaikum. Is that Assalamu alaikum? Is that can higher national diploma HND get scholarship in Korea countries? Yes, I think there are people who have recently gotten the scholarship with HND. I think so. You should give it a try. And then there is one who, okay, Ishaq Abdullah Muhammad make me confused. That he mean that the GKS has an application fee, or during the process of authentication there will be some stipend that you will give to just me. No, there is absolutely no application fee for GKS, unless if you are applying through universities. Maybe some universities may have an application fee, which I think they may be very few if there is even any. So there is absolutely no application fee. And also there, what Muhammad means when he talk about the finance is that, for example, when you are traveling from your state to Abuja, you have to spend money, and then when you go to Minister of Education to authenticate your document, of course you have to pay some money. I think it's online. For the Minister of Foreign Affairs also you have to pay money. At the Ministry of Foreign Embassy also you have to pay. I think before it was 1,000.
Can you off your mic, please?
Each document you have to give 1,800, if I'm not mistaken. Abakar.
Yes,
Abakar.
doctor.
Yes,
doctor.
It's 1,800 per document, right?
Yeah, they increase it.
Yes,
nowadays.
yes.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's the
around.
money that he's talking. That he's talking about.
In 2023 is 2,000, I think.
Oh, so
So
probably
they used to increase it. Yeah.
By now it may be also 2,005 or 3,000. So you have to check with them. I hope Isaac, you are clear now. Okay, I'll go to the next one. Abdul Aziz Hassan.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
My name is Abdulaziz Hassan. Season's greetings to you all.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to appreciate your efforts for organizing this such a wonderful session. My question here is that regarding the certificate for family relationship. So I had one of the moderators mention earlier that you have to go through Korean embassy to present it. So I have never heard about this family certificate. So can we use our birth certificate to present it to the Korean embassy? That's my first question. My second question is that after I have read the guidelines for the scholarships through university track, so I try to apply through university track to check the faculties and the colleges available in the universities at the Korea. So I have found out that many universities, the application window, it is not open yet. And I have found out that one university provided a postal address for the applicant to submit their applications. They don't receive applications through email address. So I'm asking, I'm here in Nigeria, how can I submit my application through postal address, through university track? Thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. I think I forget your first question, but I will respond to the second one. When you check the universities, well, that's somehow how can I say, the process of applying to university track is after you have checked all the guideline posted by the GKS, then at the same time you have to check the guidelines for the university that you are applying. Also, each university has its deadline, and also sometimes they may have some additional requirement in addition to GKS requirements. So you have to verify from each individual university, especially the one that you are trying to apply. And when they said the postal address, it means you have to send your document, hard copies, to the university, not through email address. No, you have to send them the hard copies directly to the university. You have to use either EMS or DHL to send your document. Normally it goes by 1 week, so you have to take that into account. Yeah. So I hope you get it. It's not by email address. You have to send the hard copies through a courier services. But for your first question, Abdul Qadir, do you get his first question, or he has to repeat it because I
Yes,
think
yes, I got his first question.
okay.
He was talking about the family
Okay, yeah, yeah,
certificate
yes,
instead
yes.
of date of birth. I think
Mm,
Abubakar Isa, you will be the right person.
yes.
Yeah,
Abakar, can you address that?
yes, I got his question. And regarding family relationship certificate, that is why at first I said you need to check the embassy portal. You are going to see all the requirements you need for legalization. And mostly this family relationship certificate, if you don't need it in your university, so you don't need to present it at the embassy. You understand? So you need to check embassy. Everything is based on your guidelines. So if your guidelines say you are going to get this family relationship certificate from the university you are going to apply, that is the guidelines. So you need to get the family relationship certificate. So most people are not checking the guidelines when they submit the document. Because of this family relationship certificate, their application is being rejected. So that is why to check all the guidelines, your university and your the embassy portal. So
Mm.
that's the only thing I am going to say.
And just to add to that, even to be clear, uh, you absolutely need family relations for GKS scholarship application. They mention it on the guidelines that you need a family relation, and at some instances also you have to, just like what Abubakar said, you have to authenticate the family relation. And the family relations is for example, you have to present your ID card. For example, you have passport, and you have to present ID card of your parent, either a national ID or voter's card or their passport. Then at the same time, you need to have another document who captured your relation with them. That is, these are your parent. But at some instances, when you have their document, And if your name matches, for example, you are Ali Isa and your father's name is Isa Awal and your mother's name is, for example, Fatuma, something like that, Fatuma Isa. If your names are correlated, then that clearly shows that the family are related. But if there are name changes, then you need to have a an affidavit which captured you and your parent in one document together with their ID, and then you authenticate them. So I'll quickly go to the chat again, then we go back to the audio. Okay, someone says, sir, can someone who study biological sciences, zoology options, specialize on biomedical sciences? Really? Abdul Qadir, do you have something to say on that? Someone who specialize on zoology, then specialize on biomedical sciences?
Well, this is a bit difficult because
Yeah.
uh,
I think
for them,
it
yeah,
depends what specific call. For example, if you are talking about biomedical science, there are a lot of courses. For example, maybe even physiotherapy, you can call it biomedical sciences. You
yeah.
see, and you are on zoology, there is no way you can study physiotherapy.
Mm.
So I think your chances there are very narrow.
Yeah.
You have to check each individual department to see the kind of courses they offered or something like that.
Yeah, one thing I think our people should understand when it comes to these advanced countries, it's not just about the name of the course. Here they are talking about the type of the research you are going to do. For example, you study zoology. I know in zoology there is what we call parasitology, there is
Mm,
what we call entomology.
mm,
These are like uh, important courses in zoology. So if, for example, the lab you are applying or the professor who want to accept you is working on, let's say, malarial virus, malarial pathogens, so it can be under biomedical, or if they are working on some parasites, maybe related to humans, so it can be under that. So don't just look at the name of the subject, rather focus on the type of the research. Is it aligned with your experience, your knowledge, or not? Yeah.
So I hope you are clear. Then on the chat also, Abbas Sabitu, please, what is required for your supervisor or lecturer or any well-meaning person to give you recommendation letter? Because I have asked two of my lecturers and they responded to me that I should send them the details. Please, what details do they mean? Well, usually we used to have problem with the recommendation letter from our professors back home, unfortunately. But I think in this case, what you can do is, Muhammad Buja, please mute your mic. What you can do in this case, you can tell them that you are applying for Korean government scholarship and you need a recommendation letter. If they will not find it a problem, you can even write the recommendation letter by yourself, take it to them so that they can just sign and stamp on it. If they will not have problem with that, but if they cannot uh, do that to you, then you can tell them that you just need a recommendation letter that you're applying for GKS scholarship, and maybe they just have to say something good. At least a professor or a university lecturer should know what is a recommendation letter and how to write it. But because sometimes if they are busy and they could not do it, you can write it and just take it to them to sign it. So I'll go back to people. Mahe Aliyu, please go ahead.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for granting me this opportunity to ask some questions. So actually, I'm applying for this 2022 DPS scholarship, and I've kind of putting together my document. And one of my concern is my personal statement and study plan. So I'm a little bit kind of insecure about it. So I don't know if the Genji Mentorship Forum can kind of assess it and see if I have a kind of a chance for this scholarship. And next thing is when I've already like choose the university I'm going to apply for. So like when you check the deadline for the application, you'll notice they'll say that the submission should be by 28. So like am I supposed to submit post my document on that specific date? Like should the document arrive on that specific date? That's another question. The next one is I don't know if you guys have any idea of the success rate of scholarship by especially in the northern part. And my next question is w- which document kind of in the application process kind of has the most impact in your success for the GKS scholarship. And then my last question is kind of for the family relationship document. The I have my father's passport, international passport, but my mother doesn't have, so I don't know if I can use my stepmother. And also my stepmother doesn't like use my father's name as her surname and middle name. So I don't know how I should go about it, or I don't have problem with that. I can use just my father's international passport. So that was my question.
Okay, thank you, my Ali, for your question. I will quickly just go direct to the last question with regards to the family relation. It doesn't has to be a passport. It can be like national ID, as I said before, or even voter's card. So if your mother has a voter's card or national ID, you can use that as well. And uh, that's all. So you don't. It's not necessary has to be a passport. Even if your father also doesn't have a passport, you can use other IDs. But in case if, for example, there are some people who their parents either are maybe they are dead or something, so you can there is an excuse also to that they say someone has to submit a certificate of death, and by with that you can get it from a high court, I think. So I don't think it's a problem. It's not. Then with regard to your first question, what was the first question again? I would other. Did you get?
Yeah, document date arrival. So here I would like to call the attention of the applicants. Usually be careful with the English. Usually many people fail because of this kind of things. When they said can like I can recall the quotations he used, but that whenever you see that kind of quotation does not mean on that day. Rather, it means before and up to that day. It means you can send anytime, but that particular date mentioned should be the last date. I hope you understand.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then he asked question about the study plan and proposal. You can send it to our email address. I've already typed it, gamji@ag.com. Then we will have our mentors to review your document based on your specific area of study. I hope we answered your question.
Also,
Musbah,
he asked about success rate. There is no any success rate because we don't know how many people applied, and we don't know the strength of their application, their qualification. So no one can say. Maybe you'll be the only person to apply, and
yes,
definitely.
but to be honest, actually, the scholarship is is highly competitive, and each country they have their slot. In Nigeria, they have increased it to 18 this year. I think Abdul Qadir, when we were 11, right?
We're 11, right?
So by now they have increased it to 18. So among all the people or all the applicants that have applied from Nigeria, even if there are 100,000 people applied, they are only going to pick 18 18 candidate. So it depends on how many people applied.
Mm.
But to be honest, it's highly competitive, but that should not discourage you.
Yeah.
You never know
Mm.
when you get it. So just apply. Don't consider like the competition or the success rate. And I said before, if you want to minimize the competition, then try going for type B university. In the application guideline, you see they said type A and type B. Try applying for type B university if you want to minimize the competition. Then Musbawe Abakar, I've seen you have complained in the chat, so sorry. You can go ahead now and ask your question.
I'm sorry. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I'm sorry for sending such a minor complaints.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay.
it is obvious, like what I have seen there. So,
Mm,
once again, let me thank you guys for organizing this wonderful seminar. Even though this is my first time of joining this kind seminar, and appreciate you guys, and I wish you keep it off for our own brothers and sisters back home. Um, I have several observations based on this, though I am also a scholarship beneficiary who is in China right now, Southeast University. I'm studying my MSc in public health. So, based on the observation I wish to talk before, I had one Adamu Muhammad has already addressed the issue, and you, Bukhari, and Doctor addressed the issue well regarding the source of fund, or when someone is applying for scholarship. Even though me too, I've gone through the same situation and many more. Yeah, thank you
mm,
for all that effort. And also regarding the reference later and sorry, uh, yeah, the reference letter and the certificate of ownership. Though I'm not familiar with the this situation in China on how to go and apply for this certificate of ownership. So is it possible we can send our documents to the embassy without those documents? One, and regarding the legalization, and based on my experience here, all our documents or certificates, whatever you have gotten here after you graduated from any university, the document has been legalized. So I am kind of confused there. Can we follow the same process to apply for the scholarship, or we just uh, continue with our application like that?
mm. So if I get you correctly, you want to apply from China, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm, okay, okay. I think Abdulkader, you are the best to address this, since I know during your time also you applied from Pakistan. So how the process is it the same that you need to send your document back to Nigeria for authentication, or like Korean embassy in the
Yeah,
country
that
that
exactly, yeah.
is enough, or something like that? Abdulkader, true. Abdulkader, like Abdulkader.
Maybe he has gone a
Okay,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
far.
Okay, let's just hold that your question on pending till he
Okay.
till he
All right,
comes
no,
back.
all
So
right, no problem.
I will
Yeah,
go
no
ahead
problem.
to the next one.
Yeah.
Mumtaz, go ahead and ask your question. Okay, Mumtaz, you are not there. Hello, Mumtaz, are you there?
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm
Go
asking
ahead and
for
ask your question.
okay, my question is thank you for the program. Will the reference letter be written from a professor that is not in your department or in your university? Because you know, in our Nigerian system, getting a letter from a professor from a private account. Sorry, recommendation letter I'm trying to say, not reference letter. The recommendation letter, could it be from any professor, maybe one that you are so much related with, not from university or not from your department? That is one. Second question is that reference letter, could it also be secured from a dean in any other university, not the university you studied from, or any registrar from the university, or it must be from the university? These are my two questions. Then the last question about the recommendation letter that we say must be signed, stamped, and sealed. So this seal is not the same with stamp, or is there a difference between stamp and seal? Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your question. First, your question about the recommendation letter, right? Well, you can get a recommendation letter from, preferably you get it from your professors in your department or your lecturers. But if you cannot get it, you can get it from professors from other faculties or department, or even someone from a university different from US. You can get, as long as he's written a very good information about you, that will suffice. Then with regards to the reference letter, no, it has to be from the university that you graduated, because the aim of the reference letter is to show that you have attended that university. Then if you, for example, you graduated from university A and get a reference letter from university B, then clearly it shows the Korean embassy that you didn't graduate from that university, or you did not attend that university. So it has to be from the university that you have graduated. And then your last question, sorry, can you remind me about your last question? Who does all?
The last question is about the where they say recommendation.
About what? Oh, sorry, I remember. The stamp and seal, it means the seal. Normally, our normal envelope, I think it comes with seal. It means just close it, because the recommendation letter has to be confidential. You should not be able to see what the content of the letter. So the seal means it has to be closed. I think most of the envelope, they have some sticker on them that you can seal them. Then that's mean. But the stamp means after they have written the recommendation letter, then they have to stamp on it. Or I think in most cases the stamp is not required, but the signature, they have to sign, date, and then seal it. Then you include it in your application. So thank you for for the for the question, and then I will go back to the chat and answer some questions from there. Abdulkader, are you back?
Yes, sorry, I went to do
Okay,
something.
someone asked a question. He is currently residing in China and he wants to apply for the GKS. So how the process of application is if you are not residing from your country of origin?
Well, from a second country, based on my experience, you automatically don't have the option to apply through embassy, unless if you want to go back to Nigeria, which I think that is what you want to avoid. So regarding the document attestation, usually you go to the Nigerian embassy in that country, and they will do all the attestation required by Ministry of Education or Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You are on embassy in the residing country.
That's Nigerian embassy in China.
Yeah, exactly. Nigerian embassy in China can handle those kind of attestations. And then in addition, your university has to also write some kind of letter to indicate that yes, you are still staying there as a student. Because by the time you graduated, then you are not allowed to do that kind of process. Since you already graduate, your university cannot take care of that. So from my experience, I send my documents almost 2 times. And it was kind of unique experience from my university. So they put me through this kind of things. They said I should go to embassy and do the attestation. Also, my university should also write some documents like letter and some other documents that will tell the university that I'm still student, but I will graduate during so period of time. So that's how we should do it. Prior to that, we can talk to Nigerian embassy in China, because different embassy have a different way of doing things.
That's true. Okay, so I hope Ms. Bao you have gotten. Then someone asks, this how, okay, which one? I think okay, I see you have already answered. Someone I think, can you apply to multiple university? No, you can only apply one university, through university, but in through embassy, you can choose up to three university. If you are applying for university track, you can choose up to three universities. But if you are applying directly to a university, you only have to choose one university. Please, deadline for GKS. The deadline usually is ending March ending or early April. But if you are applying for university track, you should check the deadline for each individual university. And if you are applying for embassy track, also you should check the embassy deadline, because if I can remember, the deadline for embassy, it used to be earlier than the university. So you should check and verify that. Please, how can you apply for the university? What? How can you apply for the university? Well, you have to, in the application material, there are university list. Select the university, check the relevant department, check your desired course, then fill the form, select the university, and send your document to the university after you finish authentication. Please, how can I okay, I think please, can someone do legalization on your behalf? Absolutely no. You have to go by yourself for the legalization, but after you submit your document, someone can pick up for you if you write a letter that may allow him to pick it up. But for the application, for the legalization, you have to go in person. Okay, let's go back to, I think time is
Yes, almost 1 hour 30 minutes now.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Okay,
Assalamu
Bashir.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for the organizers of this great webinar, which will help us regarding to this application for GSK scholarship. Most of my questions has been answered actually, but I have one problem that I want to ask. For me, I did my BSc here in Nigeria, University of Science and Technology, where I read statistics, BSc statistics. Then I went to China, Shanghai, East China, MSc. Before I go in education, not statistics, then I converted to statistics, where I did my MSc in education, that is educational management. So now I want to apply for this scholarship. One, the certificate for my MSc, it is for China, not Nigeria. So Ministry of Education will authenticate that certificate for my MSc, as it is for China, not Nigeria. One. Two, which university can I apply to get that admission for educational statistics? Because I want to do educational statistics. That is my questions. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Okay. Thank you for your question. You can mute your mic now. Good. For your second question, normally you have to go through the universities, go through the department, and mostly they write the courses that they have offered in the university and at each department. So you can just go and see the one that is relevant to you. Some university may not have offered the course that you want, but some may have that option. So you should go for them. And actually, that's how the university track works. You have to check if the university that you want to apply, they are offering the course that you want. If they don't, then you have to move to another university then till you get a university that offering the course that you desired. So I think you have to go through the list, try to check the information and see if you can find the statistic education. I think as you said. Then with regards to the authentication for the China, I think Abakar is here already, but well, Abakar,
Yes, doctor.
yeah, maybe you can just respond to his question regarding the, because he say he's in China, he studied in China. So
Okay.
how does it work? Because I know it applies to you also. You went through similar process.
Yeah, regarding authentication, you can only authenticate the certificate you got from Nigeria. So from China, you cannot authenticate that certificate. You can only get reference letter from the university you graduated in China. So that's all. So you can only authenticate the certificate, your BSc, the one you got from Nigeria.
So
Yeah.
that's from the Ministry of Education. They can only attend to you if your certificate is from Nigeria. But I think if it is a foreign certificate, you have to go to the embassy. For example, if you are in Nigeria, then you have to go to Chinese embassy. Then they have similar process for authenticating document from their country. And maybe they may have some requirement before they can authenticate your document, but you have to go to Chinese embassy and then they can authenticate it and then you can take it to the Korean embassy. And then maybe they will authenticate it if they see the Chinese embassy have already authenticated. But Minister of Education could not respond to document if they are not from Nigeria.
Right.
So let's quickly go through the chat also.
Assalamu alaikum. Can I ask one last question, Malam Barry?
Huh?
Can I ask one last question in respect to recommendation and reference
Okay,
later?
go ahead,
Yeah, the recommendation letter that we are to envelope on the stamp and seal, are we taking it for authentication too at the Korean embassy? That is if you are in Nigeria, and then if the person recommending you, the writing recommendation letter for you, is not in the country, he's overseas also, or he is the one that you want him to write the recommendation letter for you. So is he to mail it directly to the university you are applying for, or he has to send it back to you here, then you now go for the authentication if they are really it's part of the authentication document. Yeah. Thank you. That's my question.
Actually, recommendation letter is not part of the authentication process. It's only part of the application process. So you don't need recommendation letter for authentication, as Dr. Abubakar Isa explained clearly. So just follow what he said, and as I said, we will make a chart for simplification. And second question, as I know, you need to have all your application documents intact, then you send. You don't have to, okay, recommendation is from another country, then send separately. No, you should have your documents intact, because what the university do, first they receive your documents and then they acknowledge, okay, we receive your document. Then they check your documents. If there is any missing document, they will ask. So in this case, that recommendation letter will be a missing document for them, and that will like renders you to rejection. As you know, the time is important and they have many applications, so they may not give attention to your document. Also, from experience, if you have any missing document, they might not even respond to you. They'll just keep your application aside until when everything is over. Then maybe they will respond, okay, you are not successful, something like that. So if I can advise you, try to get recommendation within your own proximity, whereby you can have all your documents intact and then submit together. Or if the other person can write the recommendation, seal as they said, then send you to Nigeria, then you have it together with other application documents and submit. Yeah, but make sure you submit everything intact. That is the key.
Thank you, Doctor. This Hafsat Nasidi said, good afternoon. Please, where will you post this? Okay, we will post it on our YouTube channel, Gamji Educational and Mentorship Forum. This and all other our events or our webinars are already there, so you can always visit and watch it. Ishaq Abdullah, which medium or institution are they using after getting the scholarship? Well, it depends on the university. Some universities they use English, while some universities they use Korean. And if you go through the application material, the university clearly mention if the course they offered is in Korean medium, they will mention it. If it is in English medium, also they will mention it. So you have to check with the application document. Can I use AI to assist me with my essay write-up? Yes, of course, you can use it to edit the grammar and to edit the grammar and make your writing clear. Of course, you can use it. I checked Chosun University portal. I saw the department, but no majors on there. Well, Adesanji Ibrahim, you are not. The application for the GKS is not online, so you cannot go the university website to say you are looking for how to apply for the GKS to that university. No, the application document, the GKS used to provide intact application document, including all the universities that are under the GKS. So you have to go through that document, check the university. Each university has a comprehensive information or guidelines on how to apply to that university. So by that you read and then you apply, but you are not going to get any information on their website regarding GKS if you visit their portal. So please refer to the application document. But can you help us with the link to apply? Well, I think Fred DMC, the question that I answer is applied to you also. The application is not online. It has to be hard copy document. Then my mother doesn't use my father's name as second or last. Do I have to get affidavit for it? Yes, you have to get affidavit to show the family relation. I study agriculture in my first degree, the MSc Animal Science, and I'm currently a PhD candidate. And I'm looking for an opportunity to study agronomy or other extension project or international due to my. Is this something feasible at another PhD level? Yes, of course, you can. It's possible, but you have to check the relevant course if you are referring to GKS application. But if you are referring in general, then I think it's feasible. Mumtaz asks, will applying for a university that administers program in the Korean language increase the applicant chances, or the chance is the same for both universities that operate in English and the Korean language? I think it's the same thing. It's the same because the procedure of nomination in universities is different because so many applicants all around the world will apply to that university, and when it comes to screening, they will screen you all against the whole candidate that apply to that university. So it doesn't mean whether they are operating in Korean or in in English. So they will only like nominate you based on your credentials. That's also, I don't think either they operate in Korean or English has anything to do with the chances you get or not. Please, how will you get the GKS application document? Oh wow. I think Fred DMC, you are really new to this GKS process, but you can visit our Facebook page. The application procedure is there and the link is there also. So I think we'll just quickly take this few first. Okay, there are only two people left. Fred DMC, ask your question, and then Isaac Abdullahi, he will be the last one. Fred DMC, are you here? Okay,
Hello.
Isaac. Okay, hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So I had the information to my brother, and I would like to ask, I've got enough information about this, so I'd like to ask, is there an opportunity for undergraduate students? Because currently I'm in Ghana, and also I've not had experience about this before. So I'd like to ask, is there any chance of undergraduate getting an opportunity to study in the South Korea? And if there is an opportunity, how can I go about it? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, there is. They have a undergraduate scholarship also, but not this time around. This time around is for graduate studies, that is masters and PhD. For the undergraduate, the announcement will come in September or October, so you have to wait till around that time. They will announce the application, then you go through it and apply, and you can access the announcement through study in Korea. I think studyinkorea.com. So when you check the website, that's where you get the information about the scholarship. But the bottom line is this time around is for graduate studies, not for undergraduate. Isaac Abdullahi will be the last one.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Thank you so much, doctors, for giving us this opportunity. And all the questions that I have supposed to ask, I have asked them on the chat. You gave the answer. And the last one, which I do not ask, is that are they required this English testing examinations or certificates like a TOEFL, IELTS, and others? Are they required it? And if they require, it is increasing the high chance for getting the scholarship or not? Thank you so much. Jazakumullah
Okay.
khair.
Okay. Thank you for asking. I think maybe you joined late. I've already addressed this one. Yes, definitely the IETLs is not a required document, it's an optional, but it's absolutely increase your chance of getting the scholarship. They clearly mention on the document if you have English test, you have some certain point additional to your overall point. So if you have an ITL, then you should apply, yeah, with that. And they even mention when you have it, they don't need to even go through your study or study plan or personal statement. But if you don't have it, then you should write a very strong personal statement and study plan, and then that will increase your chances. So yes, definitely it increase your chance. So I think we have please can you send the Gmail so that we contact regarding the membership? Yes, our Gmail address is gamgeedu@gmail.com. I'm typing it.
Doctor, I would like to say one thing regarding the application process.
Okay, go ahead, doctor.
I think it's very important, not even GKS application, but other application around the world if you are applying for scholarship. Your name is very, very important. Your name should be same name in your all your certificate. For example, some are using Ahmad instead of Ahmed, or Ahmed instead of Ahmad. For example, my name Abubakar Isa. Some are using Isa with H, some without H. So I face this kind of challenge. Just this H, Abubakar Isa, it was printed in my passport without the H, but all my documents are containing the H. So I was rejected for so many scholarships because of this. I didn't notice till after 2 or 3 years. Then I got notice of, so your name is very important and should be in line with your certificate name printed there. Thank you very much.
Also, Bard, can I chip in
Yes,
something?
yes, of course. Go ahead.
After you've mentioned this, Dr. Abubakar, I can recall one. I think it was Ross that talked about age. Age is very, very, very important. I have a personal experience as well during my masters, and where I did my masters, their rule is even more strict, in the sense that I almost lost my MSc towards the end of my program. So usually people do make a mistake during their WAEC. They don't care much about their age. So you have to, before proceeding, as Dr. Abubakar said, you may not know why you are not getting the scholarship. So you should cross-check your age apart from the spellings, and make sure your age tallies with your passport, tallies with your WAEC. Also, recently, the national identification card is also very important. It's almost equivocal to the passport. Yeah, you should also check that and make sure your age tallies with all these essential documents. Otherwise, even if you get the scholarship at some point, you may not even be able to get visa and so many things. So this is also very important.
Thank you, Doctor. I think. Oh, okay, Ross, can you quickly ask your question? Then we go. Maybe you have some. I know.
Okay, yeah. Like for me, I'm having issue on my WAEC date of birth because all my documents, all of them are correct. It's just the date of birth that's giving me issue. So I want to ask if I like go for court affidavit and attach it to the form that I will submit, will it cover the mistake, or should I write another WAEC so that everything will be being straight document, like straight? I don't know how to put it, Sha.
Well, how is it different? The age in your WAEC is different from which one? Like your real age from birth certificate?
Yes, there's a mistake on my WAEC. Instead of 6, so it's like the year of the birth. Instead of 2006, so it was 2000. That is the mistake. But all my documents are 2006. It's just for the WAEC that the mistake is there.
I think this is what Abdul have just addressed. Maybe Abdul, you can shed more light on it.
Yes, actually, I had similar problem in my WAEC. Mistakenly, they added few months, which changed everything. And the WAEC, they had a rule. I don't know if it is still a rule or they adjusted that they will not entertain change of date of birth. But during that time, like I struggled for almost 1.5 years. And finally, they changed it in their main headquarters in Lagos. So you should check this, because I know they have some strict rules. If they don't have, or if you can change, the better thing is to change the WAEC. Change the WAEC and make it like resembles all other documents. Otherwise, you have to then change the passport and other documents to resemble the WAEC, which is more difficult, I think. Or alternatively, you can have NECO with the correct date of birth, but you must change actually. because down the line you will still have a problem.
That's the problem. Because I went to the WAEC office in Abuja here. So they just asked me to make an court affidavit. If I'm lucky, they can attend to, they can,
No, it doesn't work
they'll,
actually.
it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Okay.
because WAEC, as I mentioned, WAEC is more recognized. So if you are going to
Okay.
use WAEC, they have this kind of code. So usually, if you submit your document in some countries, they just
Yes.
use that code and communicate with the examination body for verification. Like in my case and in many other cases, after I submit even my master's, I didn't get my master's certificate when I got the scholarship. So, but they have this kind of statement of result with a number that they can trace my record back to the university I attended. So till today, they never asked me about my original certificate for almost 6 years. So same thing with their WAEC. They will not look at your academic. They will just look at the certificate number and communicate with the main body for verification.
Okay.
Yes.
All
So
right.
just follow
Thank
the
you, Kak.
standard. Yes.
And in her case, I think she really need to get it verified because I think she's going to apply for undergraduate, which I
Yes.
think WAEC is the main certificate that they will look at it.
Exactly.
And so you really need to get it right. So I
Yeah.
think we really don't have a time. We need to quickly round up within 2 hours, and I think only 6 minutes remain. And already I've seen someone raising his hand for a long time. Okay, Muhammad Adamu, I will not take your question. You already asked. Then Mustafa Ubale, you ask your last question. Then we can quickly round it up. Mustafa Ubale, please. Okay, if he's not here, then we can. Mustafa Ubale. Okay, he's not here. Then Abdul Qadir, do you have anything to say? Or Abakar Isa, do you have anything to add or advise or anything?
Well, my advice is as I was happy some few people here mentioned that they applied a few years back and they didn't get it, yet they didn't give up. So I will still tell them you are doing well and try to apply this year as well. And if you didn't get it, we are not praying for that. Try and keep on applying, but fix your problems. Fix your problems. And again, you don't have to focus on only this kind of scholarship. Focus on any other types of scholarships. Scholarships are just scholarships. At the end, what matters is how much you work hard during your studies. Then that will define your future. But currently, you should keep on pushing and find all the alternatives to get the scholarship. Don't just give up. Nobody apply once and get it once, except very, 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 very few people. Yeah. So I wish you all the best.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor, for the wonderful advice. And Abakar Isa, do you have something to add?
No, I don't think I have anything to say. I wish everybody a successful application. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you, everyone. Here we come to the end of this webinar on GKS scholarship application guidelines. Thank you very much, our Abdul Doctors, Dr. Abdul Adar Yusuf Mebora and Dr. Abakar Isa, who uh, joined today in order to answer all your questions regarding the GKS application process. And we hope what we have discussed today have answered most of your questions and will help you in order to put on a successful application. So thank you very much, and don't forget to follow us on our social media handles: Facebook, Gamji Educational and Mentorship Forum, and then our YouTube channel. And also, this video is being recorded and is always going to be available in our YouTube channel, Gamji Educational and Mentorship Forum. And if you have any question, you can send it to our email address, gamji at gamjiedu@gmail.com. We can always entertain you, and if you need any special requirements such as document review, such as personal statement, we can assign a mentor for you to review your document. So thank you very much, everyone, and just like what our doctor said, don't give up, keep applying, not only GKS, and even in Korea, if you are really interested in Korea, there are several other scholarships, not only Korean government scholarship, there are professor scholarship, and there is other scholarship which is university scholarship, and there are scholarship for government workers as well. So there are various opportunities and chances. So you should always like spread your tentacles and try to look up for opportunities, and then I'm sure you'll get it. So thank you very much for joining us today to listen to us, and till we meet in our next webinar, inshallah. So thank you very much, everyone, and bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.